What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel, and today we're getting into episode 25 of my season predictions videos. We only have two more divisions to go before we have wrapped up every NFL team. This is the NFC East and the NFC South. We have done every other division so far. So if you want to go check out those videos, you may do so by clicking on my profile and go into my channel. But anyway, guys, let's look at this Dallas Cowboys. They get the honor of being the first team in the NFC East by random number generator to start out this. So let's get into it. Starting out here with the first game for the Cowboys against the New York Giants. That's going to be a good one. I do think that the Cowboys can go into New York in week one and pull off a win, but the Giants aren't any team to sleep on. They're a good team. I could see them coming up with a win there. But I'm going to give that one to Dallas. We move on to the Jets game. That should be a win, I think, for the Cowboys. I think the Jets might start out this season struggling a little bit. The Cardinals, that should be a pretty darn easy win right there in week 3. Cardinals are not very good at all this season, in my opinion. We move on to the Patriots here in week 4. I'm giving this one to Dallas as well to advance on to 4-0. And now a really tough challenge here for the Cowboys. I'm giving this one to the Dallas Cowboys, though. Cowboys fans are going to be happy with this one, I think. I'm going to be honest. These are probably two of the most annoying fan bases in the league. Sorry to tell you that, Cowboys fans, but everyone knows it. Diehard Cowboys fans, I respect you, but bandwagon ones, I don't really at all. You diehard ones have been through a lot, but anyway, let's just talk about this. I think that the Cowboys here have a better QB situation than the 49ers, and that's going to be a big thing in this situation. The Cowboys defense isn't as good as the Niners defense, but it is pretty darn good. I mean, I really did like this Cowboys draft that they did, especially with their first round pick. They took Mozzie Smith, I believe. Let me just search that up just in case. Yeah, Mozzie Smith, man. That was an excellent pick to load up that interior defensive line. I think that this Cowboys team is going to be pretty good with pretty good defense, and it could be on par with the Niners. So I think that with all that being said, the Cowboys do get their revenge on an upset win on the road. That should be a fun one. But moving on, another very tough game, and this one I do think is going to be a loss. The Chargers are a very good team here. And that's on the road. They got to stay in California here for a game on Monday Night Football. That's back-to-back primetime games, by the way, for Dallas. But anyway, I do think that the Cowboys dropped their first loss of the season, but a very good start to this year. Heading into the bye week, they find themselves at 5-1. Let's get into these next few games. They have the Rams. Very cakewalk game after a bye week, I think, here for the Cowboys. They're going to advance on to 6-1. Moving on, definitely not a cakewalk game. They got to go to Philadelphia. I think that's going to be a loss. That's a very tough game. And then being a little bit worn out potentially from that game, I think that the Giants upset Dallas. I think the Giants are on par with the Cowboys to even up this series this year. In an upset game. You got to have some upsets in your season predictions videos, and I'm going to have a Giants upset on the road, go to Dallas, and pull off the win. So the Cowboys go to 2 losses in a row. That puts themselves at 6-3. So they're still definitely in a good position here. They got the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers might surprise some people this season, but I am giving this one to the Cowboys. And then we move on here to the Commanders on Thursday Night Football. That should be a pretty easy win. I believe, this is the Thanksgiving game. The Cowboys should easily beat Commanders there on Thanksgiving. Moving on, we have the Seahawks versus the Cowboys, and this is another tough game. Both these teams are coming off Thanksgiving game, but I'm going to give this one to Dallas as well. I think that they're good enough to beat Seattle. Seattle's a very solid team, but on the road, I don't think it's going to happen. Moving on, can they even up the series against the Eagles? I do think that they can. I think that the Cowboys aren't as far off from the Eagles as a lot of people might anticipate. And now we move on here to the Bills, and two very tough games in a row there. Then now they have to travel to Buffalo. I think that's going to be a loss right there. That's a very tough, very, very tough game against the Buffalo Bills. Moving on, we have the Miami Dolphins, where I do think that they can get a win. Again, a very tough game on the road. Dolphins are going to be a very good team this season, in my opinion, especially if Tua stays healthy. I think that that's going to be a good one, but I'm going to give that one to the Cowboys in a close victory. And now we move on to the Lions on a Saturday game in Week 17. Dallas should be able to win that one. Lions are a solid team, but I do think that the Cowboys at home should have enough. And then I think that they sweep the Commanders this season in Week 18. So that's going to be the Cowboys' final record there, 13-4. A very, very good season here for Dallas. I think that's going to happen. This Cowboys team obviously is one of the most hated teams in the league, but if you look at their roster, I think you gotta respect it, man. They got a really good, solid receiving core there in Dallas. They got a good running back of Tony Pollard. I know they just lost Zeke, but that's okay. Their offensive line is one of the best in the league. Dak Prescott's good enough to lead this team to a lot of victories in the regular season. Then this defense is very, very good as well. So this Cowboys team, if you take all that into effect, this team should be very good in the regular season at least. Playoffs is a different story. You'd have to wait to see what I think on them in that. But if we look at their record overall, let's see some of these individual stats. They finished 4-2 the division, sweeping the Commanders and evening the series up with the Giants and the Eagles. In the conference, they finished 10-2, which means that they go 3-2 in the AFC this season. They finished 7-1 at home and 6-3 on the road, which is pretty good there, all things considered. But yeah, and ignore all this stuff. But anyway, guys, thank you all for watching this video today. Hopefully, y'all enjoyed it. This is my my Dallas Cowboys predictions video. Comment down below your thoughts. And anyway, guys, peace out.